Thank you very much. Can you hear me all okay? Yeah, no pressure at all. At least if the presentation is not good enough, I have another career to follow, And also, before saying anything to the audience, I'm surrounded with tech people. It was difficult to rethink what to say during this presentation because I've heard so many things in these 2 days that were food for thoughts that I really have to consider a few things before going on. And the theme that we're going to face today is how to create custom GPT for many different use cases. But today we are going to try to do something along with the Plunet extractions that we all have if you are a Plunet user, and if you don't, you have to. And first of all, a few words about myself. I am an interpreter, first of all. I studied as interpreting and a translator. Then I changed many roles in the company. And what makes me a developer, like in CustomGPT, you have to know something about how to talk with the AI. I am not a developer. I am not an expert. So this is the first assumption that I want you to know. And this is useful for all of you who don't have any tech experience, because what you need really to do this, and it came out very strongly this morning, is curiosity. That's why I wanted to rely on the presentation, the panel that we were hosting before. So curiosity made me interested into that, and as long as AI came out, I really put myself into that with curiosity. So I came out with a few things that I want to share with you. So first of all, I'm going to explain to you. I don't know if anybody in the room knows this guy in the back. Anybody? Raise your hand. Nobody? I am the oldest person in the room. Really? The guy there? No, nobody knows that? Well, you know that? Anyway, that's a hologram. It was a TV show in the 80s where the guy used to, in the presentation of himself, said, and you should be Walter Nebiker, referring to the person who created it. But he didn't speak, and the guy said, how do you know that? And he said, because that's the information you put into myself, so that's why I know. And that's exactly what it's needed to do a very useful custom GPT. I want to show a few things. I have to really be quick so that I can leave more room for questions in the end. That I hope there will be. Why custom GPTs are a game changer? Well, custom GPTs change the way that we interact with AI. So we could create a tool that is very useful for us, and that is a tool that speaks our language and that meets our exact needs. So we don't have to know too much about tech things, but still getting to know a little with curiosity would allow you to improve. So today I have decided to show you then the file with all the instructions, and we can go through. And if you have any questions at the end of that, even if it's out of the presentation, I will be absolutely happy to share with you and to answer to your questions. And it's either you are a PM, a middle manager, a CEO, or a CFO, you will have extractions in Plunet. And those extractions, you have some reports in Plunet, but that might not be sufficient or enough for you to establish a strategy. Data are everything, so you need to arrange them in a way that are useful for the business. And that goes for all the members in a company, for all the departments of a company. And it's, you can have data analysis, it can help you take decision, and of course improve the presentation outcomes. And the most important benefits is that are tailored to your needs, because you tell them what you want them to do. There's no extra learning curve, because you don't have to study to use them or to create them. You just have to pay a license, which is not expensive, because it starts with the first level of license for OpenAI, for example. There are other tools, but I'm concentrating on OpenAI, ChatGPT, CustomGPT. So the Plus license allows you to create a custom. Then the team ones or the enterprise will allow to as well. Of course, you have more accuracy and consistency in the answers. The more precise you are with the request and the constraints, and we will see what are the constraints, the best the accuracy and the results. Of course, the more you close the the world around the custom GPT, the less the creativity of the artificial intelligence. But still, it depends on what you have to do. If you have to deal with numbers and reports, you don't want the creativity to be there. You want the data to be respected. And also, it's built on your knowledge base, because of course, it's not just a matter of uploading a file to the chatbot to get the reply you need. It's also what you already have in your company. So if you have your financial statements, your other reports or other information you have, whatever information you have, you can prepare a set of files and upload to the system, so the system keeps into account all those information like a huge knowledge base. Of course, it's absolutely private, because OpenAI will not share that information, nor for the audience that are using the ChatGPT, the CustomGPT, nor for the training purposes. So as long as you buy a license, it remains in your environment. So I saw this morning one of the preoccupation was the privacy, also data for customers. I don't know if you are thinking of preparing a custom GPT, like for revising translations or like doing things like terminology extraction. You have to prepare it with like a data set that is also files from your customers or translation you already made. They are safe inside the system and the privacy is guaranteed. Of course, this is the last and most important part, is your language of programming. I mean, you have not to learn any programming language. You have to speak your language and tell the system what you want. You have to be very, very specific. So it's a way of talking, and it's also a thing that is an ongoing thing. You know, to create the best custom GPT, you have to learn how to talk to the system. Now, I just want to go on and show you the 5 principles that have to be inside a custom GPT in order to have the best result as possible. I am an early person, as I said, so you will excuse the usage of some characters from the Marvel universe. So first of all, you have to define a persona. So define who the GPT is. What is the GPT acting as? And so to set up the identity of the GPT, then you have to set up a context, so meaning the purpose and the audience to whom this GPT, this custom GPT is referring to. And then you have all the part with the true information, that is the task. So you put there all of what you want it to do. Of course, you want to specify the output. So if you want it to be an Excel file, if you want it to be a pie chart, if you want it to be whatever other type of chart you need, or whatever type of content, if you want an Excel file, if you want to like a file that has to be extracted, like a PDF or whatever type of file, you have to be very specific. And most important, apart from telling the system what you want it to do, you want to tell the system what not to do. And this is maybe even more important because of the type of results that you want to have. So the more accurate results you want to have, the more you have to be precise with tasks and constraints. Now, I think I can go on and showing you in practice the various part of it. I'm assuming everybody knows the environment of ChatGPT, and if not, well, you will see that on the screen. So first of all, I have to say that I had a few moments with the extractions of the file from Plunet, because Plunet extracts the files in CSV, but ChatGPT does not like it that much, so you have to convert it into Excel. Not just save as an Excel file. It's better to open a new Excel file and import data in CSV file. So, oh, it's not showing? Oh, it is, yes. So once you have imported the file, it's going to ask you what type of file you are importing. So a CSV is what you have from Plunet. Of course, if Plunet allows you in a few parts, you are allowed to extract an Excel file as well. But still, you might need some tweak to prepare it. I suggest to import a CSV file with a Unicode UTF-8, which is the one that gave me good results. Also, Latin one gave me because of the currency that wasn't showing up. So if you just do that, I'm gonna show you if you want how to do the import right in a second, and then you of course have to select the limited. So if it's semicolon or comma, because it's comma separated values as CSV. So you have to tell the interpreter how to read the data before the Excel is actually very well prepared, and that's where That's where you do that. And then you can choose according to your country specs and continue to the end. But I think that showing it is the best way for you to see it. So I'm going to share my Excel. I don't know if you're already seeing it. No, I have to move it on the other screen like this. Maybe yes. Okay, but I have to turn. Oh no, maybe it's better for me to change the, instead of extending it, to mirror it, right? Yeah, you told me that before. Sorry, just a second. Okay. Are you seeing the Excel file now? Yes. No? Yes. Okay, no. Sorry. I'm better at singing. File, import, CSV, as I said. Import, then I'm going to the file that I have prepared. So here, and this is the data set that I have prepared. This is, of course, a mock, not true. So you see, it doesn't make any sense to anyone. But I choose the origin file. I put like the Western Windows Latin 1, or you put yours according to the country you come from. Then I choose not tabs but semicolon, and so everything now has a better meaning. Go on, and you can select if it's a text, if it's a data, and I suggest you to do so because the best results come with the best things like that. I'm going to not consider the type of project. Okay, there's no type of project, so I just have those lines and finish. I'm importing the file. So this is the thing that you have. So those are orders, the dates, the name of the customer, which I took from Marvel Universe as well, the service type, which you don't need possibly, so you can remove the column unless you have the service type filled in your extraction, the type of services, and the various sales, expense, commission, whatever. So I'm not going to use this because I had already one prepared that is surely working, so I don't want to mess it all up. And then I'm going to show you this. So this is ChatGPT, as everybody knows. And if you buy the license on the right here, you have, can you see that? Or shall I like zoom it a bit? No. You tell me. Now in this area, my GPT, you can create a GPT. I'm going to show you a screen that is empty, and afterwards maybe I will show you the one that I have prepared for you today. So you have two panes, on the one on the left side and one on the right side. On the left side you have two areas, the one with the create part and the one with the setting, you know, the configuration. With the create part, if you don't know anything about nothing, you just write what you want. I want to create a custom GPT that can make an analysis of the Excel file that I provide to the system. That's it. And it's going to create at least a general instruction that does what you ask for. Maybe it's going to ask you if you want to put a logo, maybe it's going to ask you if you want to give it a title, a brief description, and some phrases that are like the icebreaker for starting the conversation in the chat. So this is what you can do like without knowing anything. Now, if you want, after having put the information there, you can move on to the configuration and see that all the information that the custom GPT has created would appear here. So you have a name, a description, instructions, conversational starters. Where it's there, it's conoscenza, and sorry, it's in Italian, but it's going to be like knowledge base. So that button allows you to upload up until 20 files. It doesn't matter the dimension of the file, I suppose. Maybe there is a limit, but it's quite huge. And so you can continue uploading files up until 20, or you can put together, group together the files so that you have a good knowledge base before doing what you need. And down there you have to habilitate the functionalities, like, for example, if you want to allow the tool to search the web, to use the canvas. So I don't know if anybody is familiar with the tool, but this is not the subject of this presentation. So if you need, you can come to me afterwards. And then the tool for interpreting the code and analyze the data. That's useful. So I'm going to show you what was already prepared, which is this. So I call it Plunet Buddy. I put a logo there, which has been made with ChatGPT again. The description, it analyzes your Plunet reports, CSV and Excel, and gives you clear summaries with key metrics and visuals. It highlights trends or issues on request. It's made for PM, sales manager, BDMS, CEOs, and CFOs in LSPs. Professional, sharp, and easy to use. Why put in this? Because if you ever think of creating a custom GPT that is useful for your customers, then you can make a custom GPT private, share the link, and give it to your customer. That's going to be, I don't know, a differentiation in the business that you might think of, like a small part that differentiates you from others. And down there, you have all the instruction that we're going to go through in a different format so you can see easily. The conversational hints like load a file and press enter, or load a file and ask your question. The knowledge base, I didn't have to upload any knowledge base for this, but you can if you want. And then see all the functionalities are activated because I wanted it to have the most out of it. So once you have done all this and you put the instruction in the right pane, you would see the blueprint of that. The blueprint of that, and the update button, which is the white button over there. And you have just to put the button that is close to that, which is share, and then it's going to ask you the privacy policy you want to have for that custom GPT. Is it going to be used by you? Is it going to be used for those who only have the link? That's up to you. And after everything is done, then you will be able to open a new tab. I will be able to do so. Yep. And it's going to be here. Okay, so it's working. I think I have to zoom it a bit. Right? Better. And of course, you can pin to the side bar. And I am uploading the Excel file that I have prepared before, which is this. Oh, I want to show you, first of all, what happens if I upload a CSV. It's not that ChatGPT cannot use a CSV file, but I wanted to do this because I wanted to show you one thing about the constraints. I have uploaded a CSV file. Is that right? Did I do the CSV? I don't remember. Wait. Yeah, okay. See what happens. The system says, should give it an error message. Okay, it says, an error message. It says, the file you uploaded is in CSV format. Please follow the steps to convert it to an Excel file for proper analysis. This is information that I put because I want the system to work with Excel, because I know that I have better results with that. So this is what I said when I'm talking about the output and the constraints. Be very specific. I do not want the user to use a CSV file. Put it into the instruction. And then you will see. I'm going to do this with two levels. One on GPT and one showing you the instructions that I put, so you know. Of course, these instructions will be available for all of you if you ever want to have a look at them. Okay, so the persona and context, you're a financial and operational assistant specialized in supporting language service providers. You assist blah, 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 project managers, you put the role, the persona, and the audience. And then, trigger, file upload. When a user uploads a file, if it's a CSV, prompt the user to import it into Excel using Unicode, UTF-8, encoding, re-upload, blah, blah, blah. Whatever type of triggering you need, use it, okay? Just be specific. I also have put something which is not working because, yesterday the last song of the concert was Kill It in the Name by the Rage Against the Machine. The last sentence, the last line of the song was, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. That's exactly what happens with ChatGPT when you just struggling with it, that you want it to do things and it doesn't collaborate. So it's going to happen. So you will have to tweak, you will have to refine, you will have to try it and to make other people try it. So they have different use cases that will be useful for you to refine it. So maybe somebody from the sales department can prepare it and then pass it on to project management team to see, can you just prepare the reports and see if they work, so everybody's involved in the process. I also prepared the chat naming rule because I wanted to rename the chat on the left in a specific way. It worked 1 time out of 10. I don't know why, just 1. But then, that's it. Language detection, because I'm Italian and I said, okay, I'm going to do a presentation. Okay, so detect whether the user is writing content in Italian or English and adapt. You can also say, use the euro symbol exclusively, never EUR. Or you can say, invert the comma and the thousand separator or the percentage separator. Like in Italy, we have dot and comma for the percentage. In UK and everywhere else, it's the other way around. So you want it to specify it. So file validation, structure attention, all these things are just for like managing properly the file when you upload it. But then what is really important is that the very moment you upload the true file, which is the Excel file, and it's uploading. How much time I left? Okay, 5 minutes. I was filling it. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so now you see the table is here. Of course, you can open it like this. This is a visualization of the table. You might need it or you don't. It doesn't matter. You have here what you asked for, because I asked that to express it this way. So the available analysis actions, these are the ones. Okay. So I asked the thing to ask the user these ones, and it's showing them point for point. Well, he's analyzing the content with column by column, and then choose one of the following analysis options. So, for example, let's put the case I want a detailed charts by category and client, like 3. And it's going to give me results of that. Okay, I don't know how long is it going to take. Since I don't have time, I'm going to do like this, showing you some of the results that I already made. Like this, for example. This is a huge chart for 5 years of mock data, so it's not readable, but you can tell the system, okay, I am uploading 5 years results for the company, but I want a shot on 2 years, or I want a comparison of last year 4 months against versus the first months in 2025, you know? And these are the ones that you can have, okay? Also, you can have that with the information written by service, by price list type, you know, all the things that are in Plunet. Or you can ask, I asked that, let's see if it finished it. Okay, it did what I asked. I asked the number 3, it was detailed charts by category and client. So it detailed by category and client. Okay, this is it. Believe me, it's it, because I tested it. And then I'm going to the end of the presentation. I also asked the system to propose to do a prompt for slide generation, because ChatGPT is not good at creating slides, but you might want to use this very quickly to do a slide presentation for the team, for a customer. You might want it to be, you know, a customer calls you. Do you have the situation of the company? You know, how the work has gone, how much jobs we did, and what was the expenses that we had. A customer asks you, you're going to be ready in seconds, and you want it to present very quickly. So with the 6th option, you have like a prompt for slide generation that includes sales, cost, profit margin. You want to exclude the margin for the customer, for example. Breakdown by project, service, client, time trends, whatever. The more things you put there, the more useful it is. And after the creation of that prompt, you can use, for example, I have found out this piece of information that I want to share with you, which is GenSpark, which is another AI tool that has a part that can be free, or you can pay 20 or something per month. And you can like copy the prompt that the ChatGPT is giving you thanks to the custom GPT you created. Then you can also upload the Excel file, so you are sure that the data taken are the one that you have on your Excel file. And then you ask to create a slide presentation, for example, with Marvel colors, and that has got any type of analysis, any type of suggestion on the business, whatever type of thing you might think. Just tell the intelligence what you want. And this could be the results you get. I want to show you, because I was astonished. I don't know if you are. But this is like a very well-ready presentation, executive summary. It's in HTML5, so you know it's also good at presenting. Full period analysis with reports like monthly and seasonal trends, quarterly performance analysis in the various years of competence, top clients by revenue, project categories analysis, all the information presented, and most important, the end of it, which I like, which is like the focus period, monthly trends, useful. You know, this type of charts, you know, you possibly haven't thought of using them, but the system knows that that could be a useful way of showing it, and it could be a useful way for you to gather information that are really useful for the company. And in the end, key finding and strategic insights, and conclusion and next steps for a better strategy for growth in your company. And hopefully, I have finished to say everything. And maybe there was a little more. Okay, I have one more thing to say, just what I said before. Um, Review initial responses for your CustomGPT based on simple queries. Identify gaps, inconsistencies, refine the GPT's instructions to improve accuracy. Share it with your colleagues and with customers as well, because if a customer of yours is seeing that you're doing that, they will come to you rather than to others to do so, because you are educating them in a way. You don't educate customers that doesn't want to, or that want to do that on themselves, by themselves, but that could be a possible possible entry door. And retest using various scenarios and the feedback. And I want just to recap briefly, like the 5 components, so persona, context, task, constraints, and outputs, very important for the creation of the GPT. The configuration has been seen, and of course, now keep experimenting with instructions to discover new use cases and integrate actions, plugins, or a full integration, like, for example, with partners like Be Lazy. If you want to have like a huge integration, you can like discuss, because the API can be brought in inside an action, or any other system integrator. Here, today, I have met others, which I didn't had the chance to meet before. And collaborate with your team for iterative improvements. As I said, the project followership is the most important part of your team. You know, if they collaborate with you on creating something, even a project like this, you know, it rises the culture company, in my opinion. And don't forget that if I could do it, anyone can do it. Thank you very much.